stem changing verbs in French today. There are some irregular ER verbs. We've already seen one irregular ER verb, that was manger, which changes to manger in the new form. We're going to look at 3 different types of stem changing verbs, and these verbs are sometimes referred to as the boot verb. As you can see here, there's a boot, and the stem change, which you'll learn about in a minute, is only going to happen inside the boot. So that means there's no stem change in the new form and no stem change in the vous form. So let's see how these work. Okay, so these are 2 different types of stem changing verbs in French. One of them is acheter, to buy, and préférer. So notice that the E's are highlighted in these 2 verbs because these are the letters that are going to change throughout the conjugation. So if you notice with acheter, this E became an accented E in all of the forms except for nous and vous. Okay, so you can see them there. And that changes the pronunciation just slightly. It makes the E sound a little bit like the E in aide or mais. So j'achète, tu achètes, il aide, on achète, nous achetons, vous achetez, il aide, achète. Okay, so the E is kind of a dull sound. Okay, préféré. So the pré-fait with both accent aigu. Now one of them is going to change to accent grave. And you'll notice that happens in all of the forms except for nous and vous. Okay, préfère, 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 préférons, préférer, préfère. So the pronunciation is slightly different. Here it's accent aigu, préférons, préférer, and here it's préfère, préfère. Okay, again, it's a duller E sound. So make sure you take note of those changes, and let's look at one more type of stem change. And that's with verb envoyer. Okay, envoyer, and different verbs that are like envoyer, we'll talk about in a minute. The stem change here happens from the Y changes to an I. So, j'envoie, the Y becomes an I. Tu envoies, il, elle, on envoie, nous envoyons, vous envoyez, il, elle, envoie. Notice there's no pronunciation difference. Envoyer, envoie. It doesn't change at all. It's just for spelling purposes. And other verbs that do the exact same thing like envoyer are employer, essayer, which is used with de plus infinitif to mean to try to, employer to employ, nettoyer to clean, payer to pay. Okay, I said that there were more verbs like acheter and préférer, so we're going to see those now. Other verbs like préférer are célébrer, considérer, and notice these have 2 accented E's, and this only has 1, 1, 1, 1. Okay, so here there's 2, 2, 2, but here there's only 1, 1, and 1. Okay, so this must be the E that changes, and then célébrer, and répéter, and préférer, it's the second E that changes. And acheter, the verbs that add the accent on, like this, when the stem change occurs, are amener and émener. Okay? So, célébrer means celebrate, it looks the same. Considérer, to considerate. Posséder, to possess. Espérer, to hope. Protéger, to protect. Répéter, to repeat. Amener, to bring. Emmener, also to bring, and we'll talk about how those 2 are different tomorrow. And this is what you should bring with you to class tomorrow. Besides your notes, you need to try these sentences. Make sure you pay attention to spelling changes, because that's the whole point of the activity. Okay, à demain.